Hi beautiful people, welcome again to Shami's kitchen, and Saum Makbul to all my Muslim family. So today is an amazing day that we're going to make this amazing, very yummy, fluffy and very rich orange cake. So the recipe is rich because we're gonna use the orange peels, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. So let's get baking. As usual, we start by prepping our dry ingredients, which is 2 cups all-purpose flour. So we want to sift that to create more air bubbles, and also our 1 tablespoon of baking powder. That will be our rising agent, and also a pinch of salt just to add that extra tangy flavor in our cake. So we sift that to create more air bubbles into our cake, which will help our cake to rise better and become more fluffy and soft. So you sift that and set that aside, and then we will use 2 seedless oranges. Sometimes you find the oranges have like 2 or 3 seeds, so you'll remove that because we don't want the seeds in our mixture. So we'll remove any seeds that you'll find. You cut that 1 orange, you slice that, because we are going to use a blender to mix that. We're not going to use a mixer or a whisk or a standing mixer. We're going to use a blender for this recipe. So you don't want any seeds, and also you want to like chop those oranges into small pieces so that it will be easy for us to blend that. So you see, we've not removed any like the peels, because that peel, so you need to have washed your oranges very nice. And then for these other parts, we cut just half of the orange, and then we leave that aside for decoration. You can decorate your cake as you like, you'll see that later. So you chop that also. So the peels will make the cake very rich and very yummy. Now those are the seeds I'm telling you. You need to remove all of them. Sometimes they're seedless, yes, but you'll get a few seeds here and there. So you need to remove all that. So you do that, and then you get your blender. You put all of that inside the blender. Then we add our other ingredients, which is 1 cup of sugar. For sugar, you can do 1.5 if you like. You're a sweet tooth, and then 2 large eggs. So for the sugar, you can use either 1 or 1.5. For me, I just did 1. And then for the oil, that is a vegetable oil, you do 3.25 cups of vegetable oil. You put all that inside there. And then that is 1/2 tablespoon of orange essence. I didn't have the colored one. Then we blend this together until we get a very smooth paste, because you don't want lumps in when you're mixing that with your flour. So you mix that well until you get a very smooth paste. There we have it. Set your blender aside. Now we bring in our dry ingredients that we have sifted earlier, and then we want to add the wet ingredients into our dry ingredients, and then we fold that gently until everything is well incorporated, and then we'll have our batter, our cake batter. To remove any leftovers in the blender, you want to fold that gently so that the flour, you don't get pockets of flour. You want everything well mixed. And then I did 1/4 cup of buttermilk, but instead of buttermilk, if you have the orange juice, you can do a 1/4 cup of orange juice that you had squeezed from another orange. So you can substitute the buttermilk with orange juice. That will make your cake even more rich and full of flavor. They're like the orange flavor. So you want to fold that and remove all pockets of flour until you get a very nice soft paste. So you had prepped your baking tins earlier with oil or margarine and flour, as we've been doing. So here I was just trying to make a round cake with a hole inside. If you have the tin for that, well and good, but if you don't have, you can just like what do we call it, like just make your own by putting a cup or something that is like a small round thing inside, like in the middle. Then you pour your butter, you'll get that hole in the middle. Just was trying to be creative, so I improvised with, because I didn't have the tin for that, which I'll make a point of buying. So you bake that at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. And then there we have our cake. You see the hole I was telling you, so that you can cut it into very nice slices. And then you see how fluffy it is, very soft and moist. This cake is very, very moist, very moist. You don't need to add anything like the sugar syrup or anything, or even the orange juice. For the decoration, you can just put some fresh oranges on top, or you can sprinkle some icing sugar like that, just for that, or you can use even your whipping cream. Or while you're baking, when you've just poured your butter inside the tin, you can just put on top the orange and then bake together. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy, and kindly don't forget to subscribe.